This next podcast is set for one fall.
One fall.
Introduce him first. My name is VSOP, and I'm with my mans and them. HHW fam, say hello to
Stephen Gold, beautiful people, what's good?
And back on the show, we shout him out on every episode, but he's here in the flesh. Rappers Like Wrestling 1, 2, and 3.
County.
Mr. Madison Jay.
Hey, for those that don't know, it's Wake County's finest king of the state. Yes, sir, it is I, leader of the county, Madison Jay. County!
Welcome back, my brother.
It feels good to be back. Hello, fellas.
It was great to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. So, John Cena's career is over. It is a wrap. It has come to an end, and we got the chance to see the entire retirement tour angle from start to finish. So that's what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
What we got on this last run. The last time is now run. But first, let's just talk about what just happened on Saturday night's main event with John Cena taking on Gunther. Great opponent. I predicted it would have been Gunther from the jump, and I think Gunther made sense with the superhero that is John Cena against the evil villain that is Gunther. A perfect pairing. I wish we would have had it back in Cena's heyday. But we got it now, and match-wise, I want to get your guys' thoughts on the match, and then we'll get into the thoughts on the controversial, or maybe not so controversial finish. But we'll start with you, Steven. What did you think about John Cena's final match against the ring general Gunther?
I mean, I actually enjoyed the match. I know a lot of people got their opinion on it, and that's cool. I think it was what I predicted. It was going to be slow pace. It was going to go back and forth, and that's exactly what it did. And I remember, I changed my mind, but I said Gunther was going to get it. But I had changed my mind because I was like, well, maybe they're not going to make him lose twice. But then again, I was like, well, it don't matter if he loses because he's out. You know what I'm saying? He's out. He's just kind of like passing the torch to Gunther, wherever. So, and that's exactly what they did, man. Like I said from the beginning, they just want to keep everybody guessing. They don't want anything to be too predictable. But I like how they really stretched the match out, and they kind of had you wondering, is he gonna win, or is Gunther gonna win? They didn't let you know until the final, that last, situation, that last setup. So I mean, enjoyed it, man. But I know I've been watching the the reels and everything. People are really pissed at Gunther. They talking cash in the streets when he was walking to the bus. It was wild, man. But it lets you know just how much of an influence John Cena was, man.
That's wild, but that's kind of dope at the same time.
Yeah,
it evoked that level of emotion. That was, still real to me, damn it, I guess.
Yeah.
Madison Jay, what did you think about the match?
I'm going to give it a grade. I'm going to grade the match. I give it a B-. My negative standpoints are just it's a John Cena match kind of by the numbers in a sense. Even in defeat, it's still a John Cena match. But the implications, the weight, the magnitude of the match, it felt incredible. It felt special. This actually was probably one of the best Saturday night main events that I say, just
Agreed.
In terms of the whole, but in particular with this match, because it would just, like I said, the gravity of this match, it just, I mean, you couldn't have asked for, really a better atmosphere outside of it being at WrestleMania. I think, that could have been the only thing to match it. I think it was a great decision to have Cena go out by tapping, as well as it being Gunther. Gunther is one of those guys that you're really putting a lot of weight, putting a lot of investment to as being one of those guys. What the fuck are we talking about when people are complaining about Gunther being the one, to beat Cena going out in his last match? I just think when you look at it in terms of the overall bigger picture, I think, you could have had Cena win, and I wouldn't have been mad at him winning. I don't want to do anything in comparing. I see the comparing of Cena versus how Sting went out. Two completely different companies, two completely different stories, and two completely different wrestlers who did not, it didn't need to be a comparison, but people are going to do that just naturally.
Yeah.
But just and kind of to really sum it up, I thought the match was really good. You know, I mean, I thought it was really good. The fans were just really engaged in the match. They were definitely, just looking at the faces when he tapped out, it reminded me of when The Undertaker lost to Brock. You know what I mean? Just seeing the faces. That's content that WWE can use for years to come, just looking at the faces of the fans of John Cena, their hero, tapping out, giving up in his last match. That story just writes itself for years to come. It sets Gunther up to really be kind of like one of those guys. You know what I mean? He's putting money in the wind. I put Goldberg in the wind. You know what I'm saying? I just put John Cena in the wind. And, you know, when it's eventually time to put another big name in the wind, why not let it be Gunther? You know what I mean? To really establish him as being like kind of like a boss, you know, but just that it's crazy to see Cena officially go out. It's been a hell of a, it's been a hell of a ride. That, you know, I'm not sad to see him go because he's already been kind of gone, but it's just amazing to see like, damn, this is really it right here. Like, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cena. And that's what I was saying to VS too, like exactly what you were saying. Like, I was like, Gunther is a ROI, you know, return of investment. And so like, why would you bring him back and like have him lose? Like, I was like, if anything, that'll like catapult him to where he's supposed to be if he beats like the legend, the GOAT, John Cena. And so it just made the most sense. I agree with you 100%.
Some will argue that he was already made, but I do believe this victory elevated him.
Yeah.
If the plan is to ride him till the wheels fall off, and do the right thing, because he's already made. So if he's going to devastate for the next decade, all for it. And matter of fact, become the new legend killer if you want to.
And let's think about let's think about that. And I agree. I saw that someone in terms of putting in the same basket as like a legend killer. But let's think about this for a second. How long has Gunther been on the main roster?
Maybe 3 years, 3 to 4.
You said about 3 to 4.
Because he had a 2-year IC title reign, right? Then he got the world title in 2024. So
yeah, what are we talking about? Like, you know, it just literally, we're talking, you know, I think someone was talking about his age. Gunther literally could probably go for the next 10 years.
His style?
Yeah.
If he keeps,
just barring injury, he easily could go 10 years. So what the hell are people talking about? Like, this isn't the 80s. This isn't the 90s of where the conditioning of wrestlers is like, you know, it's on the brink of like, you know, they're at a certain level. No, man, we're looking at AJ Styles. We're looking at, you know, Tanahashi. Look at somebody like him. Look at John Cena. Look at the longevity of these guys, of how long they're going compared to, you know, the elders before them. It's a completely different ballgame. So just think of someone like the ilk of a Javon Evans. Javon's going to be wrestling for maybe 25 years, barring injury and just the love and passion to be doing it. But somebody's going to be wrestling for, I mean, until maybe my grandkids are born or something like that. Like, that's the thing, you know, it's the reality of what's going on now. So I look at, again, like VS has said, Gunther, if you're looking at building him as the one of the top guys for at least easily a decade, of course you give a win like that to him. Why the hell not? Oh, and especially coming from somebody like Cena.
Yeah, me and Gold were talking about prior to the match happening, like who would benefit the most. We were still trying to figure out who was going to be the finalist when LA Knight was still in contention and whatnot. Who would benefit the most? And I think we both agreed that it would be Gunther or Dom, but Dom didn't make it that far. But Gunther, because there's no heel like him. No one's been protected like him. No one's had the accolades or the decorations that he's had in this short run, making that much of an impact because he is that dude, like a generational heel, like perfect. Like Undertaker said it best. He would have fit in any era. So, I mean, I think the plan is to push Gunther. I'm with you, Madison Jay, that Gunther can, bar an injury, his style. What would he have to remove from his moveset? Jumping off the top rope, maybe. Maybe that's it. Sloppy
Yeah.
bomb sleeper, couple chops, dinosaur drop kick, as Michael Cole called it. So be it. That works out.
Right.
Works out perfectly fine. Cena, now I will say Cena tapping at the moment because I was caught in the match. And I thought the match was good from a storytelling perspective. It was a Cena match. It was also a throwback. They were calling some spots in the ring. I was like, I enjoy seeing them kind of like just play to the crowd and work off the heat because the match had amazing heat, WrestleMania level heat. Part of me was like, damn, Cena should have just won the Rumble and faced Gunther at Mania and just been a good guy the entire year, and then maybe finally lose it to Gunther in his last match or something like that. It's just another way to remix that. We'll talk about that in a second, remixing the whole retirement run. But I was like, man, once he tapped, I thought the smile, and I understand what they were doing. It's kind of like, all right, I'm tired now. You can take the wheel now. And then it was like a nod to the business part of it, just the time-honored tradition, right? He fought that sleeper for 5 minutes. So I thought that was dope. Because Gunther's sleeper is like one of the most believable sleepers next to Samoa Joe. Like pretty much Gunther is what Samoa Joe has always been to me. Just a badass that can whoop your ass and just a serious threat in any position that he's put in. So it just made sense to me. I was like, all right, I'm cool with it. But I was disappointed though. I didn't want John Cena to tap. Had he like did the whole arm up, he passes out, falls asleep, cool. The tap, at first I was like, oh, that's disappointing. And I just felt the whole arena, all the air just get sucked out the arena. And I saw $1 million just fly out the window for what could be just a great feud in the future. But there's no more. It's over. It's done. That was it.
But do you think it would have hit the same if he would have just passed out or him tapping? Don't you think it just hit a little different with him tapping? That's like, oh man.
The tapping is what hits you in the heart.
Yeah.
Again, look at the arena. Look at everybody in the crowd. I was at the Undertaker losing to Brock Lesnar. You could have heard a pin drop. Yeah. I thought it was a botch. I thought it was an accident. I thought Undertaker was concussed, which technically he was. I thought he was concussed or something. Yeah. Like the reaction that they wanted, they didn't. I don't know what reaction they wanted, but I know they took Brock Lesnar to the moon after that.
Yeah,
he was already. You could question he was already made then.
And I think they kept it like as far as like the outcome under wraps, even to the locker room, because they had a reaction to like CM Punk and Bailey reacted to it. It was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Right. Yo, not unless that was written into the thing too.
You talking about Undertaker?
No. To Cena tapping. Cena.
Oh, they should have
Bailey and Cena was was watching the match, and it was just both of us like, oh shit. Like you can see that their face.
Yeah. I was at Nick crib watching it. Living room went silent.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn, that's it. Again, valiant effort. Fought that sleeper. It's just the nod. So some people may not like the smile and the gingerly tap, but I get what he was saying
too.
In essence.
Me too. Yeah.
Gunther, it's on you now.
Yeah. He was saying thank you.
And I think Gunther was the right person, because had it been anybody else, I won't say had it been LA Knight, it might have been good, but I think it's better for Gunther.
Yeah, if anybody, Gunther, it made the most sense, because Gunther kind of like one of those.
I can't think of another heel that would be more acceptable. We can maybe think about it, but I can't think of one in current WWE to walk around with I retired John Cena and back it up. I retired Goldberg and John Cena. I think that's good for him being the monster heel. Hopefully that title will be back in his grasp, or he'll be back in the mix, maybe on the SmackDown side soon. Again, they need to take that momentum and push it to the moon. Don't have him around with Pat McAfee or now you're on a different tier now.
Ain't no going back.
You're in a different tier now. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? But
right.
Now it's time to sit here and just appreciate John Cena. They had a nice video package. He took off his boots, his wristbands. Like he did all the old school traditional wrestling things that I, coming up, have known to be part of the business. Mm-hmm. They can say that we can evolve from that, but I still appreciate that John Cena still was old school at heart.
Yeah.
And did everything the old school way. You don't have to do that going forward, but for John Cena, who didn't have to, I thought that was dope. Them booing Triple H, I ain't mad at it, because again, I was sitting here like, what the fuck did you book that? Why'd you do that? But I think the fans would have been more satisfied with him falling asleep than being disappointed by the tap out. But I get what they were the message he was trying to say.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's one of those slippery slopes. But you can't put toothpaste back in the tube now, can you?
No.
Right?
It's like nah, it is what it is, man. It's set in stone, man. So it's like, all right, like what's next? What's next? How
Right.
we like, but that's what I'm saying. They're going for shock value. Like I said, if he would have just fell asleep, it would have been like, oh. But him tapping, it just was more shock value. So like I said, that's why he did that. It's reason behind everything they did. Like they gonna hate it. A lot of people hate it. Like I said, they was talking cash to Gunther when he was walking to his bus. Like they was mad as hell. They was mad for real mad.
They was you saw on Raw, they were booing him.
Yeah.
Just like they were booing the fuck out of Roman Reigns after Roman Reigns pinned Undertaker. That next day, Roman Reigns stood there for like 5 minutes, couldn't say shit. Then he just said, "It's my yard now," and left. I was with it. John Gunther come out there like, yo, I made John Cena tap like a little bitch. He said that shit twice.
Him in the car, him look at the AJ Styles.
Look at that AJ. I was like, they poured all this extra sauce on Gunther right now.
Yeah, for real. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
I thought that was
Heel
perfect.
101, man. Make people hate you.
Yeah.
I said absorb. Yeah, absorb all that heat.
Yeah.
Absorb every single bit of that. Because that's what we need. That's what makes shows exciting is the heat.
Yeah.
When you get it to that bad guy, good guy level, like they did on that John Cena match, I was like, yo, that was fantastic. So I get a match a B as well. Go, what would you grade that match? I think Go's Madison Jay, you said B minus, right?
Yeah, B minus.
What would you rank that match?
A B.
A B? Okay. Yeah. I think it was a good going away performance. I believe if I was to rank it against all the matches that John Cena had this year, I'd probably put it in the top 5. The other 4 being him and Cody 2 at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Him and AJ. Him and maybe him and Sami Zayn. Then him and Gunther. And then one more.
Him and Dom.
Probably his Elimination Chamber performance was really good. So
I was gonna say Dom.
I think him and Dom was good.
Dom in Boston was great. I like Dom in Boston more than Dom in him versus Dom in San Diego.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I might put that over. I don't know. Him and Sami Zayn was good. Was really good. So, but yeah. So what we got out of this retirement run was a few new matchups. Some new, some from the past. And they tried to tell a story, and ultimately they did. It was all over the place. It may have been sabotaged. I don't think they went into it strategically as they could have.
You thought it was a microwave story?
I think if you listen to insider you would assume there's some politics involved. I mean, like Travis Scott, that kind of fucked up things. Throwing The Rock in there, fucked up things, kind of. But that was more people trying to see what The Rock was going to do next. And then to tie loose ends with Cody. And then he said, let's drag Cena into this. Cena didn't need to be involved in any of that.
It did seem like it was a lot of twists and turns and like rewrites and stuff like that. Like you said with the Travis Scott and The Rock stuff, it's like what do y'all think it had? Was it storyline wise? Because I'm sure money wasn't a problem.
Like I would think that if you have an idea what you want to do with this final boss thing, you would know times and dates, and then you can like rearrange the rest of his schedule and life and training around that. I just don't think they knew. And then Rock ultimately said they were just trying to pop some attendance for Elimination Chamber. Like the idea of a heel turn, we were excited for it. We predicted it was going to happen before it did, if you recall. Madison, you were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happened. We had something to talk about. The biggest heel turn in history. They kind of fucked that up when you think about it. They made up for it, but he totally fucked it up. I'm not going to let Triple H get away with that shit. That shit was, I get that shit a fucking D. That shit was.
I won't let you get away with this.
You're not getting away with it. Don't think.
You haven't heard the end of this, buddy.
No. No, because he's gonna Triple H is at the helm lines until the foreseeable future. Your shit that don't add up is going to get called out. They didn't strategically really plan it. They didn't plan his dates accurately to stretch them out. This last half of the year, there was hardly any angles for these last matches.
Yeah, but you know something with that whole thing, man, I'm sure it's like it's so many hands in the pot.
Yeah.
It's like not saying this happened, but he probably like, you know what, man, fuck it, y'all just do that. He could have been going the way you wanted it to go, but he could have said, you know, it's not worth it. All right, cool. That's how y'all want to rock. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, we knew at some point, and we had discussed it when we were like in the middle of the year. I think it was before SummerSlam, and we're trying to figure out, well, at some point, Cena's going to have to turn back face, and they kind of just pushed the button.
Yeah,
he just said they did the whole he's good now.
Right.
It was a bit premature.
That was just 2 weeks and 5 minutes of promo time, and Cena, all your dastardly deeds are forgiven. Our truth forgives you. That's fine. Then you give us this fantastic match of SummerSlam. We're so happy to see colors back on the screen, and you run to the ring and the belt facing forward and all that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, John Cena. Matter of fact, I think they were trying to teach us a lesson. To say, you kept asking for John Cena, heel John Cena. We gave it to you. It didn't work. Goes to show you little smart fans what you know about booking wrestling. Now you're eating all this John Cena colorful sandwiches up. You had to piss off a couple kids, deny a couple make-a-wishes.
Right. And what they do, they zoom in on that one kid that he made upset. They zoomed in on him when he's like turned that face.
Yeah, just to show us that heel John Cena is not what we wanted.
Right. Smart move on their part.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Triple H. God damn it.
Bastard.
Fuck with our wrestling emotions like that. That was one big setup now that I think about it. That whole shit was one big setup to appreciate John Cena more on his way.
Yeah.
They did the last half right. The first right though, the first half, I give them the credit for all the intrigue though. I will say the stare, the death stare, the beat down. I thought
coming out with the black screen, the backwards belt.
But yeah, if you were to rebook it, like what would you have changed anything from this storyline, or is anything you would have removed or added with the time and dates that we have, with the pay-per-views that we had? Would you have swapped out opponents for feuds? Like what would you have changed in this year-long storyline? Sorry, when you go.
To be honest, I would have let him stay a heel a little bit longer. I would have let him, once him and Cody faced off, like after Cody beat him, that's when he turned back face. Instead of him turning back face and then going against Cody, like I would have took it on some stuff like all right, this man got to beat some sense into him to get his mind right. But I'm not mad. Like I said, it was kind of like the change was a little bit premature. I'm not upset about it. It's just they knew what was going to sell, man. So that was like, man, we got to capitalize off of these days because we know that face John Cena is going to sell a lot more merch than heel John Cena. I just think it could have been better planning. It could have been a little better writing, but I mean, they knew it, bro. I mean, look, you saw the whole just about the whole damn audience had on John Cena shirts.
Mm-hmm. What if Logan Paul was the one who beat John Cena in that last match?
High key. Now, Gold, I know you said that, okay, Gunther, the perfect. I only say the perfect person. If you want to talk about nuclear heat, Logan Paul would have been that person, especially in a heel fashion. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just something as simple as having the tights or those brass knucks or just anything in that heel realm, because there's a lot of people in Jake Paul's realm that I don't think fully understand wrestling. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're infants in terms of this element in this world. So they're going to kind of take it and run with it. And then also, the wrestling world is going to be like, oh, that was cheap, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Logan Paul, he is somebody that I'm like, okay, he could have been a perfect foil for face. VS, what may I have done differently with the retirement tour?
Yes.
Straight face. We're doing straight face.
Yeah.
We're not really playing with heel. I think the heel train it passed the station many moons ago.
Mhm.
I think while it was daring, I think it was really dope to play with. You know what I mean? Pause. Like, okay, hey, let's do heel Cena. That's like saying yo, I'm gonna I'm gonna it's the fourth quarter and I'm gonna just start trying to take the most random shots that literally I could take just to try to get on Sports Center highlight, but you're up by 60. It's like respectfully, I mean, yeah, you could do it, but it's like, dude, you're up by 60 already. This game is solidified. What are you pulling this out for? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just one of them things like, no, respectfully, we're having Cena go out on a high note. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Kobe. For the way that you went out, you set the tone. You know what I mean? Kobe really set the tone in all sports and all
Yeah.
facets of like when people go out and say, I'm retiring, this is going to be my last. That wasn't really a thing. You know what I'm saying? In terms of glitz and glamour to it. Kobe started the tour, so now you've got one of the GOATs in wrestling. He's doing his tour. Hey, bro, you can't have a heel John Cena. It needs to be straight face Cena. We're going up against some of the biggest heel foils. So you line up Paul, you line up Gunther, you line up Drew McIntyre. Mind you can throw in some face matches in there just to be like, hey, this is for last time ever. You know what I mean? Me and Roman, we're clashing. Me and Cody, me and CM Punk, one last time, one last dance. You know what I'm saying? We're going at it. You just ride that all the way out, man. You know what I mean? Granted, like I said, it was really cute to have that John Cena, no colors and all that shit, but that's something you should have did 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry.
And cultivated some new baby faces back then when
you
they
know what I mean?
really needed it.
It would have been perfect. It just was something that I think they said, it's the retirement tour. Let's just do whatever we can. Let's bring out, fuck it, shoot something to the wall and see if it sticks. But just me personally, I would have had Cena go out against, as a face against some of his biggest foils. Just let him, the ending match. Honestly, it just kind of depends on how I would have felt like booking it. Because I could have him go out losing, elevating some talent. And then also I could have him go out on a high, i.e. Sting in AEW. But either way, man, I think, like you said, Gold, the loss, the shock value. I think that shock value, just the fact that people don't understand that, shock value, like talking about something. It's hard to get people to talk about it. It's hard to get people to talk about shit. Like it goes on every day in our world, within our society, within our communities every day, and they don't get to speak on. So just for someone to speak on, okay, how this happened, and then the mattering of how it reverberates through the annals of history, that's the shit that matters. And people don't, sometimes, I'm not saying that these cats over at WWE are perfect, but you got to understand, dog, there's a reason why they're in the position that they're in. And there's a reason why are watching it on phones and on the computer screens and things of that nature. There's a reason why you're on the other side of that, that barrier. So
there's a reason why ESPN said, hey, we want you on it.
Come on, man. There's a reason why. They read the data, they seen it, they said, hey, we're on board. But for the most part, like literally though, the Cena tour overall, I think it was like one of those things of just like, imagine if they would have been like, yo, let's start the NWO around the Mr. America time. Because I think Mr. America, not even Mr. America, TNA.
2010?
Yeah, TNA. Nah, I ain't even going to say that because TNA couldn't have destruction. We'll just say, yeah, Mr. America.
Okay.
02, around this time of this Hogan's last legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically about to be out the door in terms of real active competition. So
Mm-hmm.
outside a little man. Hey man, let's start a group called the NWO. Then you want me to go heel now? I've been
Right.
faced this whole time and you want me to go heel? Like, nah,
Right.
bro. We could have did that 6 years earlier. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but just I think for the most part, man, WWE, not even gonna hold you, they definitely dropped the ball in terms of what really could have elevated that retirement tour.
Yeah.
I think the dopest thing that we got was definitely some good matches, but also some good merch. We definitely got some good merch because
Yeah.
Cena,
That last run of merch
yeah,
was pretty good. It looked really good.
this probably one of top. It's mind you very out. I think Brock Lesnar Suplex City is the only thing that's been close of like okay matching up to an actual city outside
Mm-hmm.
of being standalone merch. But
Mm-hmm.
having constantly changing merch, and I spoke on this on one segment of the show, but
You did.
the merch, yeah, the merch has just been incredible to associate with different brands and teams. My hat goes off to whoever the fuck has been designing this shit because I know they've been a busy man or woman. So
Yeah.
salute to them.
Yeah.
So much money.
Yeah,
So
man.
much.
Like it's
So
yeah,
much
fire.
money.
So fire.
Printing it.
Only
And
him and Jey
even
Uso.
though I'm sorry, man.
Now I'm talking about just in terms of merch. Cena, Jey Uso, those are the top two.
Yep. And even though like John wasn't at the show at Raw, you best believe I was looking for a damn John Cena Raleigh version shirt. Like maybe they would still have one. They ain't have it, but I looked for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let you know, I seen it so much that I was like, maybe they'll have one here.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll never see it again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm with you, Madison Jay. I think in hindsight, again, the excitement, water cooler talk about a Cena heel turn, it definitely did what it's supposed to do.
Right.
There. Just the execution didn't work. Like the WCW invasion sounded like amazing. Complete doo-doo, baby. She was
That's doo-doo, baby.
It's doo-doo,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, so like sometimes we can put the best scenario in their hands and they can still fumble that ball. It's like,
Absolutely.
and a lot of different factors can come into it. But I just think strategically, if you would have sat down, because I believe he announced it like the summer before the whole tour started, right? And the Never Seen 17 part was a good way to inject some story into the tour. He didn't have to win the championship.
Yeah.
He didn't have to, right? But he could have won the Rumble, took on Gunther, or won the Rumble, took on Cody. It would have been fine either way. Gunther would have had more heat, but Cody, the new superhero versus the old superhero, built-in story right there, just like Rock versus Cena for the first time, built-in story right there. So they could have just rolled with that. And I'm with Madison Jay. Just have the matches, have the feuds. I'm trying to be the greatest of all time and put my stamp on this business and go out on my terms. Easy. It's kind of like a layup. No one would have complained. No one would have said they want more out of it. They didn't have to get spooky. Nothing had to get crazy. It's just John Cena's retiring. Who's going to retire John Cena? Who wants to step up and beat me? Who wants to come get some? That's it.
Yes.
That's it. And then have them in between each feud, in each wrestling appearance, a little promo battle, hype up some talent. Who can we build? Who can we elevate? I mean, ultimately, I still think Gunther winning was a great choice. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think the only thing I would have changed is not have him turn heel because I think a lot of our expectations were really trying to see what was Rock's part in this. And then just Travis Scott with no purpose, no reason, no direction, no execution, no follow-up.
Yeah.
So what the fuck were you thinking?
Man, I don't know.
They ruined WrestleMania with that. They ruined that WrestleMania main event.
Yo, he has PTSD from that, man.
Like literally a lot of people do. And to me, it's like it really sucked because y'all didn't even have like a backstory. Like there was no follow up. I mean, there was no follow up for it. So it's almost like, why the fuck did you do it? It would have made more sense. People probably could have took it better on their tongues. Pause. If they would have understood, like, oh, okay, this is the reason why. All right, well, cool. But you guys just left us on some soap opera cliffhanger shit and never picked back up. And it's just like, what? Like, I'm gonna be real, bro. Man, it's yeah. 2025 is definitely gonna go on the banners as like WWE's one of their worst years.
It's bad. It's not the best. It's not 2019 bad, but it's definitely the honeymoon phase of the Paul Levesque Lee Fitting era is starting to.
And it's not even
get a
wrestling
little long in the tooth.
Yeah, it's not even like per se actual graps in the ring, or like, you know, writing per se. But it's just like it's just been a lot of what the fuck moments. Like, what the fuck? What were y'all thinking?
I just think they just had too many people involved, man. Too many people with renown. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you got Travis Scott, you have The Rock. Both are like by themselves, they're just huge. Pause. You know what I'm saying? They're just, you know, so it's like one person gonna want this, the other person gonna want that. Well, can we meet in the middle? Oh no, So I can only imagine. I can only imagine what the lawyers and the politics. It was just probably a show in that right room, man.
Yeah, ring, Triple H. What's up, Rock?
Like I said, Triple H, like, yo, I'm over it. Whatever.
Yeah, let me toss this idea at you. No, Rock. I will fuck that. I ain't coming to WrestleMania. Click.
Hangs up.
Don't you know I'm making $20 million a movie? I don't have to do this shit.
It's just like it could have been that simple. I just feel like WrestleMania. It gave me the vibes that something was planned, but it just didn't happen according to plan.
Exactly. Right. You can see it. Right. Yes. 100%.
It felt like something was totally missing. So the only way to avoid 100%. That is to not get yourself in that position to begin with, which goes back to being strategic. I got this man for this many dates, and barring injury, we need to. They created a brand new pay-per-view out the blue this year.
Yeah.
And just said, well, let's use one of those dates. Let's put John Cena out and have him get squashed by Brock Lesnar with no follow-up, no get back.
That was equivalent. That was equivalent. It was equivalent to you forgetting your wife's anniversary and try to make up for it, man. It's like, damn.
Literally, hey. Very much both.
That's part of what.
Just those moments. So I'm just like, bro, one of the worst years in terms of just what the hell, what the hell, man.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it was some great stuff this year, but just on some like, what the hell? Like, you jack the prices up and you give us this Netflix shit, but you guys had the whole WWE network. Just what the hell is going on?
They changed their business model.
Right.
They changed their whole business model this year. They turned John Cena heel. They jacked the ticket prices up to astronomical levels, like ridiculous levels. Mm-hmm. They plastered advertisements all over the damn ring.
Come on now.
Prime bottles and Slim Jim tables and Fireball ladders. And then
it's wild, man.
And then they announced WrestleMania is not going to be in the United States. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Oh,
No, please continue.
But yeah, they're taking their flagship show that started it all, the granddaddy of all, and moving it to Saudi Arabia during a crazy political climate. Oh, but they're attached at the hip with the current controversial public figure that McFoley just announced today that he's done with WWE because of it. I don't know if you saw that news. Because of he said,
he said, I'm done.
He stood on his business. Shout out to McFoley.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right? I saw, dude, that's wild, man. Yeah.
The TKO corporate now people are getting format shows, which we can question the value.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It feels so different now. And here comes John Cena smirking and doing a little gingerly tap. And then here comes the man who may have not made all these decisions, but we're going to blame him anyway. Triple H getting booed when he walks out. Like, the optics, it's like the moment was just very temporarily disappointing. I forgot about it. It's just like the world don't stop. We got to keep on. But Cena's gone. And I appreciated this last half of his career more than the first half. I respect the first half for sure because he carried the company on his back, even through really, really hard times, especially during the Benoit. Like you know, saying he had to hold that company down. Me and Stephen Gold had this conversation, Madison Jay, a couple weeks ago when Triple H had came out. That when the fans still liked him, and he had said that Cena objectively is the GOAT. So we had this whole GOAT conversation because while Cena's not in my top 5, probably not in my top 10. If I was to think of 20 wrestlers, I don't know how quick I would put Cena up there. I would still say that Cena is on GOAT status from a business perspective and having one of the greatest runs that we witnessed from start to finish. So I would say, yeah, I would put Cena in the conversation for GOAT status. Stephen Gold made the great argument that he thinks Roman's on GOAT status because he's still doing it. Which I can definitely see that. I can agree with that as well. What is your thoughts, Madison Jay, on Cena's career? Can Cena objectively be put in the GOAT conversation?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely one of the greatest of all time to do professional wrestling. From his longevity, his character work, his merch sales, his engagement. He checks all the boxes. He has over 10 classic matches, you know what I'm saying, that have been able to stand the test of time and resonate with, you know what I mean, a wide fan base. He is someone who has carried WWE longer than Hogan, longer than Stone Cold, longer than The Rock, longer than Brett, longer than Shawn Michaels, to a degree longer than The Undertaker. But that's just
Longer than
more
Bruno.
Yeah, longer than Bruno, you know what I mean? Carried the company, you know what I mean? Carried the company in good and bad times. He is just someone who is transcended in terms of his work ethic, as well as rubbing off on his peers as well. There's always going to be stories. I don't give a who it is. You can better believe Sting is well respected, but he's got some stories of at least 5 people that could be like, you know what? As much as there's 95 people that have great stories, there's going to be 5 that have some type of horror story. It's just a matter of searching for it. Cena's someone who's extremely popular at a high level. So of course, you know, that hate is going to come. And he's also easy to hate as well, especially when at that time. Not to say that people's stories and shit aren't, you know, there's no validity and it doesn't matter, but you know, just I say that because obviously in the space that Cena is in now, he's a different person. But Cena, again, all those boxes, the check marks are there. He's somebody like, no, he's not one of my all-time favorites, but he's somebody like I could definitely go back, watch his matches. He's got some promos and stuff, especially in his rap era that I love. Yeah, man, he's a trendsetter. And I mean, he's definitely a trendsetter. Been a lot of people that have definitely swagger jacked. You know, his character work, just his drive. Mind you, 5 moves of doom. That's, you know, stems from him, if I'm not mistaken. But just the impact that Cena has had has been incredible, man. And just to really been able to have experience and seen this and support it, because I did, you know, I was like, damn, I got like 4 Cena shirts, you know what I mean? And he's, again, I'm big into marketing and designs and shit like that. And he's just always had a design on his shirts that I've always been enamored with, that I really rock with. So, just when we talk about people who really set the tone for wrestling, Cena's got to be up there. And I consider him the LeBron James of wrestling.
That is a great comparison. LeBron James will always be in GOAT conversation, but they're going to compare him to other people that they liked or hold more fondly. But undeniably, LeBron James' career has been phenomenal. I would say he's on GOAT status as well.
Yeah, Cena, definitely. Like, and it's also with the hate too, because people, the stats are there. You know what I mean? The stats for greatness are there, but people just refuse to give the props because, like you said, VS, there's always that comparison to, oh, well, he's not Hogan, he's not Flair. Oh, LeBron, he's not MJ, he's not Kobe. But again, the numbers are there. The stats don't lie. You know what I'm saying? The impact, that doesn't lie. You can't duplicate these. And we're just now talking Cena. You can't duplicate what he's done. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? When it comes to Make-A-Wish, all the sacrifice that he's made, you know, for himself, and just the fact of like people. Hey, you got to get a crazy bag just to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna always do Make-A-Wish. But he has it in him somewhere to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make an impact on these kids. I'm gonna go see them. I'm gonna let them, you know, touch me uh on their, you know, as they make their last rites. And it's just it's beautiful on that end of what Cena has done, to really have that type of impact on young people and older as well. Because I've seen stories of the parents of these kids that he's going to talk to, and just, man, yeah, you cannot script what Cena has given to the game, and I think that's something that's going to be missed in terms of him actually dipping. Because again, like I said, he hasn't, you know, he's been active. He's been a full-time actor for quite some time,
Mhm.
part-time wrestler. So he's been on
Mhm.
his way out, but to officially know like it's gone, like, damn, that just hits different. So
Yeah, they can't pull that one out. In case of emergency, break glass.
right,
Let's put a Cena match in here real quick. Cena versus
right.
Goldberg or something, you know. Um, unless that bottomless bag for WrestleMania 43 opens and Cena's like, all right, this is an offer I can't refuse. But I think Cena might be really done.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah. He
He ain't
seems
I
gonna
like
do
think
a
so
Terry
too.
Funk.
That's what I
Yeah, he gonna
said.
do a Terry Funk or Ric Flair and come back.
yeah,
I think he's done, and a great career. So we're gonna
Yep.
go ahead and wrap. We're gonna get ready to wrap up, but we got to do some quick rapid fire because Madison Jay, you said 10 classic Cena matches. I ain't gonna
yeah.
make you name 10. I know I can name at least 5 and maybe 10, but I want to test that exercise right now. Let's go
I
around the
got you.
horn, and I want you to Madison Jay name the top 5 Cena matches. And if I ain't seen it or if I don't remember it, I might go back and watch it. So
All right, so I'm gonna go Punk and Cena.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
All right.
That's a good one.
I'm I'm going to go Cena, and I'm gonna go Cena and Lesnar from SummerSlam. I think is 2012, and the reason why it's a classic is because he got his ass beat.
Oh, the
Hmm
16 suplexes.
Yeah, 16
Mhm.
suplexes, and mind you, I think that was the first that we seen. Mind you, we even were talking Umaga, Great Khali, all these. That was the first time we saw him just, he's getting his ass beat.
Mhm.
Like, and that, granted, not classic like some Dave Meltzer 5. No, bro, that was classic because that was the first time we saw Superman really get his ass beat,
Yeah.
brutalized.
Yeah.
Um, the three-way, excuse me, Cena. What's that? Cena, Michaels,
Triple H
and Triple Hachi. What's that?
and
WrestleMania
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Matter of fact, Super Kick.
And we had Super Kick right in the beginning, right?
Yeah, Super Kick.
Yeah, set that
Uh,
shit off.
you know, granted, people could say what they want about Triple Hachi. He's one of he's one of the goats as well. You know what I mean? He's definitely one of the goats. If not a goat, one of definitely the, just one of them ones. You already know
What?
about HBK.
Yeah.
Uh
Triple H is a GOAT. He just had a lot of resistance because we weren't ready to accept him
yeah,
at the time. But once he got that new music and the
yeah,
original My Time music,
Yeah.
switched to the trunks,
Yeah.
started becoming a badass with the sledgehammer. I was like, all right.
I think what it was, I'm sure y'all can agree with me, man. With Triple H, it was just kind of like we were just so used to him being like Sean's shadow. So it was just like a little bit hard for him to come out of that shit, man. But when he, like you said, when he
me,
switched his music and switched his attire, it was like, all right, we see you now. You know what I'm saying? But for so
keep it a
long, it was
buck,
like
bro.
it was gone.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I never put him in shot because for me, he wasn't in Sean's shadow that long. Because mind you,
Hmm
he was leader of of Degeneration X longer than Sean was.
Yep.
He's always been at the helm of that. So it was like, yeah, there was that brief period of where, all right, Sean is the head guy, but his body of work uh, Triple H, once he went solo, it was just like he had that chip on his shoulder, and he really just set the tone of like, all right, for being the lackey guy, I'm really a main event player. It was hard to kind of for me to get him out of the mid card look, but like you said, via once he, that theme music, mind you, I've always said this: when a dude goes to draws, from tights to
wrestler.
Hey man, it's serious business. You know what I mean? They done pulled up the bootstraps now. They mean business. It's no more games. So once I'm like, okay, Margie bulked up, got up some, got up some gear, some juice or something. He got right, and like, okay, nah, he's ready now. He's ready.
So name three.
That
Give it
three-way.
Three ways.
WrestleMania, I want to say it's Cena and Shawn.
At WrestleMania or in London. They had a match of like a week later or 2 weeks later that was like 55 minutes long on TV.
Yeah.
It was after WrestleMania.
And I'm trying to figure out which one I want to. I might have to put that one because I want to put the WrestleMania that WrestleMania match. Man, I'm trying to think. It was Cena Shawn. No,
that was in Detroit, 2007. That was with Umaga and Bobby Lashley, the Battle of the Billionaires.
Right. So yep. I want to put that. Yeah, I'm putting that on the scoreboard. Also, I have to put. Granted, it's in retrospect, but still a classic nonetheless because of the implications. Kurt and John, and also because of the impact of that match, showing how to make a debut. You know what I mean? Mind you, a lot of guys I know have studied that, and like, mind you, the whole ruthless aggression. It just was a perfect setup and a perfect debut for John. Shout out to Kurt Angle for, doing what he does of being a master of the ring, of the squared circle, being masterwork, a master of class. But him giving that, giving John that But like I said, it's a classic. Not again on some 5-star, like, damn, it was a wrestling clinic, but just the implications, you know what I'm saying? But also just being a solid matchup as well, just being a real good matchup. But it's a match that's always going to live in infamy, and people always have remembered that matchup just for it being the debut of what we, at least not what we know as John Cena, but what we came to see as John Cena, especially from the prototype days of, an OVW and whatnot. John and RVD, bro. And I was looking.
I was
at
waiting.
That match.
I was waiting.
And yeah, man. John. I looked at it and I got goosebumps, bro, because you have to really he had to be in a certain zone. You know what I mean? For RVD, it was kind of easy. Mind you, I'm amongst my people. I'm high anyway, so I'm already cool. But John, like, hey, I'm just being real.
Yeah.
But for John Cena, bro, for him to walk in enemy territory like that in character, because he easily, like, bro, you got people cursing at you. You'd be like, man, shut the fuck. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
You can't wrestle. That's where that chant started.
That's where that started. The infamous "you can't wrestle." That's going into other wrestlers. Other wrestlers. That whole matchup, mind you, RVD doing what he does best, him, playing his role well, but just Cena being able to basically give that boost up to RVD by dropping the belt to him. We already know the aftermath of what happened, but I just salute Cena for staying in the trenches with the Wolves, man. And he just was so cool, calm, and collective, like almost like it was like, he didn't hear none of these people just like really calling him everything but a man of God. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the classic. Real talk, bro. When I went back, I was just like, I was mad for him. I was mad for John Cena. Like, who the fuck they talk?
That was some heat right there.
Yeah, man. ECW crowd too.
That was some, yeah, 'cause that was a pure ECW crowd too. That was like
Pure.
you brought them out. They drove
Yeah.
down from Philly to come there to
Come
see that.
on, man. That was real. That RVD and Cena, that's definitely one that I put up there. Um, Cena, and it's crazy because Cena and Orton, while the rivalry was crazy, I think they probably do have a classic out of there, but some of their matches were kind of mid. You know what I mean? I think it was just like the fact of one, their OVW, that class and whatnot, but a lot of they shit was kind of mid.
Yeah, I can't remember a specific Cena Orton match, but I remember that one year, and it might have been '09, where they wrestled like on 6 pay-per-views or some shit.
Yeah.
They wrestled so many pay-per-views to where they had to have a stipulation like this was the last match they gonna have because they wrestled so many times.
In 1 year, that's absurd. Like I get, like you want to build a rivalry, but in 1 year, you just maxed out the whole rivalry. Like,
Yeah, it was,
which been stretched out from 5 years too.
and that's not counting other gimmicks they may have been in together, elimination chambers, rumbles, money, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, there's not a memorable Cena Orton match. It's more of a memorable rivalry that I respect, but it wasn't a memorable match where I could be like, oh yeah,
I agree.
back in whatever. How many did you just name? That was you. I think
he did 6.
I did 6.
6, okay. All
yeah,
right.
I did 6. Cause I got, literally, I just had it. And I'm trying to think. First off, was there anything okay? I will say the Elimination Chamber this
Great
year.
performance.
Great performance. Mind you, WrestleMania was it's cool, but just the Elimination Chamber in terms of all the character work that Cena was doing, performances from everybody else as well, was a solid chamber, but just that the whole, he's done it.
Yeah, he did it.
He actually did it. So that right there is definitely going to leave a stain. So I definitely would put that Elimination Chamber up there. It's crazy because the Brock matches, they were good, but I don't know about classic. But of course, the once in a lifetime tag, we'll give it that. I think they just weren't classics, but they were definitely like memorable. I'll say they were memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely memorable. Cena and Edge, they definitely had they're kind of going more feuds. So if I had to stretch it like that, because I got a little bit of light fog going on, but for the most part, those matches right there, Cena and Umaga had I think
they had a classic.
Yeah, Cena and Umaga.
Banger.
Strap match?
No, I think they had like a street fight. They had 2 matches. One was like at the Rumble, I thought. Then they had another one at another pay-per-view. It might have been New Year's Evil or something. It was when Edge cashed in and took the title off of him.
How the fuck could I forget?
And that's when the fans just had started booing Cena, was then. Because they cheered the shit out of Edge for taking that title off of him.
How could I forget?
Yeah, Cena, I can name more Cena classics than Hogan classics, probably. For sure. Like Cena wasn't a bad wrestler. He had just the right fundamentals to do what it do. He might be clunky or clumsy a little bit. He wasn't smooth. He didn't have finesse.
Right.
But he knew how to work his match.
For sure. I agree.
Damn. 10. Yeah, I agree. I ain't gonna lie, BS. I had to, because it's like, even though I don't like the dude, man, he is what he is. I'm talking in particular with Hogan. But for me, the only thing, Cena surpasses Hogan, but the only thing that Cena didn't have is just the rock and roll era. You know what I mean? He didn't have the rock and wrestling era. He didn't have that unfamiliarity. And a lot of people should be thankful, a lot of wrestlers should be thankful for those eras of just like, mind you, Monday Night Wars. Be thankful that there were 2 different companies that had TV shows going on at the same damn time. And there's no knock to it, but it created an atmosphere that will never be seen again. So also at the same time, hey, be thankful that there was a rock and wrestling era for people to kind of lock into. This is new, exciting.
Mhm.
We've got these people to be at the forefront, in particular Hogan. But Cena has surpassed just in terms of
Everybody.
what he stands for, the virtues, his work rate, his standings as a person. Like I said, yeah, you got people who can speak certain stories, but I think everybody got like a few Hogan
Everybody.
story. So
Everybody, yeah.
to me, what people thought Hogan is what John Cena is.
Mhm.
Mind you, training, all that good shit. That's what Cena really is. So for me, just to see the end of this whole trip, man, it's just, again, I've said it so many times throughout the show. It's just been crazy to see this thing, and never in my wildest dreams did I think the dude that slapped Kurt Angle that episode on SmackDown. And I remember creating John Cena in SmackDown so many times and just like kind of laughing at him because I was like, oh man, it's easy to make this dude. All I gotta do is just change the color of his shorts to some generic blue, green, white, whatever. Easy costume to make. But if you would have
Give him a
told
roll up as a finisher. You got it.
me, come on now, easy,
He was a roll up guy.
easy. You would have told me the guy who took Tony Ao's dance move, who was emulating being a rapper, who released a platinum selling album, would go down and be listed as one of the greatest of all times. I would have laughed at you and told you, you know, that the damn that the sky is green, man. I would have told you
Mhm.
that. But John
With
Cena,
the hardest theme song, hip hop based, that WWE has never not been able to surpass.
and I'm both, because I was a big fan of like Basic
Oh,
Thug and Not.
the word life one. Yeah. He had
I
both
like
the
that.
two hardest.
I like that one better than this new one. That's my shit.
What time is now is hard. That shit.
My time
Hard.
is now is
That beat
hard.
is hard as hell.
Shout out to Jake One producing
Mhm.
that. It's just off the strength of that. And I'm gonna
That's
tell you
crazy.
what's so crazy. Jake One, mind you, sampling MOP because this whole
Mhm.
time.
Oh, you
they
can
were
hear
in the
it. Yeah.
This little fame right at the beginning.
It just slow down like crazy.
Yap a fool. He said, "Yap a fool." That's
Mhm.
what it. Yap a fool. Like, come on, bro. And hey,
And he
man.
never changed it. He could have at any given time when he became Super Cena, he could have changed that to some rock or something else.
Yeah, yeah.
He kept that theme the entire run.
Shout out to him for doing that too.
So he played the game very smart. Yeah, great. None of the matches that you listed I would dispute. Matter of fact, you pretty much named all the matches that I would have named. I was waiting for you to say Umaga. So as soon as you said the Umaga one, I was like, all right, cool. You pretty much ran all the ones that I can think of. I'm pretty sure he had plenty others. But I mean, he had a great run, and yeah, who would have thought? But I said the same thing about a young, no knee pad wearing Cody Rhodes 10 years ago as well. And now look, running the business, the new superhero,
the new superhero, man.
which we got to have at least one. Every wrestling federation needs at least one superhero.
You got to.
So shout out to Cody Rhodes for doing a good job and hanging in there with Cena and having a classic match with him. Which I'll probably put that up there. The Cena Cody match was fantastic. I'll probably put that up there with some of his classics. If we're going to do new school. Of course, the AJ one with all the damn homages to his past opponents' finishers, I get that was definitely up there as well. But is there any honorable mentions of matches before we wrap this up?
No,
people
man.
should go
Like
see?
the one I was waiting on was when he said the RVD match. Yeah, that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, shout out to
like you said,
RVD.
just going into like different territory, man. And that we like you said, that ECW crowd just different, man.
Right.
They don't care who you are, yo. If it's an ECW man in the ring, you.
Straight like that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cena, man. I really appreciate y'all taking time to reflect on his great career. You know, they say, you know, athletes, they say they die twice, once for their career is over. And then, you know, when it's time to go upstairs. So Cena did his thing. He lived by his mottos. Dope merchandise. My favorite happened to be the one that was shaped like the Punch Out cartridge. The
Oh,
that's my
the
favorite
black
Cena
one,
shirt.
black one,
Yeah,
right?
the black one with the Nintendo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I need to
Yeah.
get that one. That one is hard.
that's the hard one. That's probably the iconic one to me. But he has so many. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this up because we're not retiring. We're going to be back next week to do another show. But first, let's do our wrap up and our plugs. Check out my man Stephen Gold, who had a year's worth of freestyles that are still existing and living and breathing on SoundCloud that you can go listen to right now. And that link is in the description, along with all of his other music being on all music platforms, right? Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and whoever else's music that I cannot remember. You can find Stephen Gold on there. That's Stephen with a V. Look him up. And when you get done listening to all that, open up another tab. Go check out my man Madison Jay, who has Rappers Like Wrestling 1, 2, and 3, all available on Bandcamp for purchase, so you can directly support the artist. But if you want to listen to some streams, they got Rappers Like Wrestling 2 on all major streaming platforms. Also, he has other projects. Is it Escape to LA?
Yes, sir. Escape to LA.
Escape to LA, yes. Ode to West Coast. And a new project, a new single out right now. Tell the folks about your new single, Clips.
Yes, sir. The new single, Clips, produced by the homie Mr. Millie, which is off of the upcoming project, Still No Matter What, which is due out any week now. Yeah. So Holiday Joint, which is my yearly holiday single. Yeah, just spreading good cheer for everybody in the holiday season. No matter what you're celebrating, I just hope you're doing it honestly with the family. And I just wanted to say happy holidays to everyone as well.
100%. Speaking of holidays, go to hiphopandwrestling.com where you can get some merchandise. We got hoodies, shirts, bottle caps, all that good stuff. We appreciate you rocking with us. And we'll be back next week for more stuff. We'll do a year in review to review this crazy 2025 that we've had in wrestling and give props and flowers to people who deserve it the most with some HHW awards, and then call the shots for what I think is going to be a very interesting year in professional wrestling. And then all over the world in 2026, it's going to be crazy. So it's interested to see what we're going to get from our wrestling promotions. A lot's going to change. TNA back on TV. I'm going to start covering more TNA here on this channel. Stay tuned for that because we need to give shine to these other performers as well. And I think WWE might go in the freezer. We'll see. We'll see what they do with Gunther, who made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. That's what he said. His words, not mine. Gold, did I forget anything?
No, you didn't. Oh, you forgot to say peace.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Peace.
Peace.
All right.